This is what I was waiting for, guys. Our first 12th gen PC build. Let's get started. Hey guys, Vimal here and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm very excited for this because as I've told you, this is our very first 12th gen build on the channel and I'm telling you, you will surely enjoy watching this video. So make sure to watch it till the end. So guys, I've already made an unboxing video and told you what's new with Intel 12th gen Alder Lake in my previous video which I made a couple of days ago. And today we'll be building a PC with this brand new CPU, the motherboard, and we'll see how this CPU performs in today's competition. And we'll do a variety of tests in this video, and along with that we'll build an amazing PC build as well. So as usual guys, every time I go with a particular theme or a concept, right, today I've chosen something awesome guys. We'll be building an ultimate ROG 12th gen battle station. So this particular theme will have all ROG components only, top of the line premium selected components. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So without wasting any more time, let me quickly tell you what we'll be doing in this video. So first of all, I'll build this PC. I'll show you how to install this brand new CPU because it's got a new socket, right, and a new chipset as well. So I'll quickly give you a closer look at that, and then we'll talk about the performance of the brand new 12th gen, how does it compete in today's market and as well as compared to the competition. And lastly, I'll show you how the build is gonna look like after it's done. So let's get started with the components first. So I've told you, right, this is an ultimate edition ROG build. So obviously I'll be choosing top of the line components only. I'm using Intel's 12th gen i9 CPU, the 12900K. Now this is based on a performance hybrid architecture and comes with 16 cores, 24 threads with a max turbo frequency of up to 5.2 gigahertz guys. So I'm quite excited to put this CPU to a test and see how it performs. Now for this brand new CPU, you'll obviously need a new motherboard, right, Z690 motherboard, and the motherboard I've chosen is one of a kind guys. ROG's top of the line premium motherboard, the Maximus Z690 formula. Now there's only one thing I can say, this is a piece of art guys, gorgeous looking motherboard. You'll have to see the unboxing video that I made on this thing last week. Go check it out. Now this thing has all the features you would want, it supports DDR5 and it's got PCI Gen 5 support. 2-inch live dash OLED display is also there guys. So I'm quite excited to put this thing to a test as well. Now coming to the graphic card, well, i9 matlab you need to definitely use a premium grade GPU, right? So I'm going with Asus TUF Edition RTX 3080 GPU. So it's got 10 gigs of VRAM, great for 4K gaming and a perfect combo for the 12th gen i9. And what else is left? For the RAM guys, I'm using DDR5 RAM from Kingston, which I unboxed last week. So that was our first RAM kit sample that came from Kingston, clocked at 5200 megahertz. We're using a 32 GB kit for this build. And talking about the storage, well, storage also has to be something super fast, right? So I'm using Kingston's Fury Renegade PCI 4.0 NVMe M.2 drive, and this is a 2 TB drive guys, more than enough for these sort of builds. And talking about the cooler, well, see, it's a 12th gen i9, so obviously you'll need top notch cooling solution as well. That's why I'm using a 360 AIO cooler from ROG. This is the brand new Strix LC Mark II 360 ARGB AIO cooler, and that is what we'll be putting to a test. It comes with that new mount bracket as well that supports LGA 1700 socket. And what else is left? Yes, power supply. See, for this sort of build an 850 watt gold rated power supply would be sufficient guys, more than enough. So that is what I'm using from ROG. This is the Strix 850 watt gold rated power supply, modular power supply. And lastly, talking about the case, see here what happened is initially my plan was to use a case either from ROG or TUF lineup, but unfortunately that particular case didn't arrive on time due to some delivery and courier issues, and that is the reason at last moment I had to use something from the other brand. So I'm using a case from Fractal guys. This is their all new Vector RS case, and let me tell you, it's a beautiful looking massive mid tower case that's got tempered glass panels on all the sides, beautiful RGB lighting, and it's a huge and spacious case guys. So you'll get to see that in this video. So these are all the components that we'll be using for our ultimate 12th gen ROG battle station. Without wasting any more time, let's get started. And guys, our build is all done and good to go. The only thing left to do is power it on and see how this mean machine looks like. Oh my god, what an absolute stunner. Just look at it! This PC is the definition of class. Minimalistic yet elegant looks. Put on the tempered glass and voila, you have a black beauty with a touch of RGB. Fractal's new Vector RS looks beautiful, guys. Love the RGB LED strip on the front and the top panel as well. And the good part is you can even swap those glass panels with mesh panels provided in the box itself for improved airflow and thermals. Choice is up to you. And have a look at that beautiful ROG motherboard. You can completely customize the OLED display on it using Armoury Crate software to even display PC parameters like CPU temperature, clock speed and stuff. Just sit back, relax and look at these beautiful RGB shots to your heart's content. Alright, time to put this PC to a test. We've got top-notch hardware here, Intel's 12th Gen i9 paired with an RTX 3080, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM and even PCI Gen 4 storage on board. There's nothing less you can expect from a rig like this. I've ran a couple of benchmarks like Geekbench and Cinebench and was blown away by the results. On Geekbench 5, we've got a single core score of around 2002 and a multi-core score of 18492, which is way higher than what my Ryzen 9 5950X scored, beating both in single and multi-core tests. Similarly, I've ran Cinebench R20 as well. In single-threaded benchmark, Intel's 12th Gen 12900K scored around 720 points, which shows a huge gain compared to the previous gen and even beats AMD's Ryzen 9 5950X by almost 82 points. Same thing happened in the multi-threaded benchmark as well. Intel tops the chart with a score of around 10,942 and goes way past the Ryzen 9 5950X. I was actually surprised here because Intel's i9 only has 24 threads whereas Ryzen 9 has 32 threads on it, but it still outperformed the competition. My assumption is maybe because we've got DDR5 support here, right, and AMD only supports up to DDR4, so that might have slightly boosted the performance. It would be very interesting to see both of them running on similar setups, then we would get to know the actual benchmarks and results. One more thing I have to mention is all these tests and gameplay benchmarks were done on Windows 10 only, not Windows 11, because Windows 11 had some compatibility issues with games, so that is the reason. Now comes the fun part. Let's play some AAA title games and see what the new CPU is capable of. We'll be playing all the games at 1080p and 4K resolution. Now come on, when you're building a PC like this, I'm pretty sure you would want to play at 4K only. Unless you want to do like ultra high FPS gaming above 240, you wouldn't want to play at 1080p. So let's start off with our all-time favorite GTA 5. You're playing this game at 1080p ultra graphics, the maximum possible graphics in the game, and as you can see, the PC is already hitting the peak 188 FPS. A solid 188 no matter how graphic intense the scene is. To be honest guys, 1080p gaming is like a joke for this PC. Any game you try, any AAA title, you'll get ultimate results, buttery smooth gaming on this rig. This PC can be like great for esport players who want to do like high FPS gaming in competitions. You won't face any sorts of lags or stutters. Now bumping up the resolution to 4K max ultra graphics. Now this is like a real test for the PC. Very impressive guys. On an average we were getting around 75 to 80 FPS at 4K settings. Huge performance gain compared to the previous gen. If you pair it with something like a 3090, you can expect even better results. Now along with this, I've also played a couple of other games as well, like the Shadow of the Tomb Raider. At 1080p max graphics, we got around 185 FPS on an average. And in Assassin's Creed Odyssey also, we got around like 155 FPS, beating AMD's Ryzen 9 as well as the previous 11th Gen i9. Intel's efforts have definitely been paid off, making their 12th Gen i9 the best gaming CPU you can get at the moment. Talking about the thermals were a bit on the high side during my testing. Under heavy loads and 4K gaming for more than 40 minutes, the CPU temperature was reaching around like 58 to 60 degrees centigrade. One thing I have to mention is the CPU was drawing a lot of power under load, almost 35 to 40% higher power consumption than the Ryzen 9 5950X. I thought compared to the 11th gen, this time things would be a bit different, but that was not the case. Intel really had to push its CPU to the peaks to make it capable of beating the competition, hence that resulted in this huge power draw. Anyways, you're still getting that bump in the performance, right? So that is what matters at the end of the day. Well, that was our first build featuring Intel's 12th Gen i9 12900K. The only thing I'm wondering is about the pricing in India. I believe it would cost somewhere around maybe 60 to 65,000. We will have to wait and see. If it's priced less than the Ryzen 9, it would be a total win for Intel. And talking about the pricing, to build a PC like this, it would roughly cost around like 3.5 lakhs to 4 lakh rupees in India. This time I'm unable to give you the exact pricing details because most of these components are like newly launched, right? So I don't have their proper pricing yet. They're not available in the Indian market, guys. I'll keep you all posted about all of these things in the description box below. So that's it for today. If you all enjoyed watching the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome videos. And I'll see you all in my next one.